My top rated book on Amazon is The Mental Handbook. You want the physical book? This one right here for free. Click the link below and let's get to work on your game.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is called Study the Fruit, then Examine the Seeds. If any of you have never heard this analogy, I actually got this from listening to this guy named Earl Nightingale. He's passed away now, but he was I guess you could call him a motivational speaker, what most of you would understand. But he was a radio broadcaster, really famous radio broadcaster. He wrote a bunch of books. He made a whole bunch of audio tapes back when they used to be on actual cassette tapes. But one of the things Earl Nightingale talked about in one of his talks, which is still on like Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream music, you can find this. Even on YouTube, you can find it. He says that a man should be judged, and when he says man, I'm talking about man as in humans, not males, but males and females. A man is judged just like you judge a tree, by the fruit that he produces. And that's how we judge each other. We can't judge each other based on what's on the inside, because most of the time we don't know. All we can judge people off of is what we see on the outside, how they walk, how they talk, how they conduct themselves, the work that they do, the results that they produce or don't produce, how you feel around them, how they feel around you, or at least how you perceive them to be feeling around you. Those are the only things we can judge people off of. And what that has to do with this week's motivation is this. In your life, if you feel like the results, the fruits that you are bearing, the fruits that are being bared of your work, of your effort, of the way that you think, the people you're around, whatever it is you've been putting into your life, and you look at the results that are coming out, the fruit that's coming off the tree of you, if you don't like that fruit, if you think that fruit is not ripe enough, you feel the fruit is overripe, is getting spoiled, you feel the fruit is not big enough, maybe the fruit's not even, maybe there's no fruit even coming out of your tree right now, whatever the situation. If there's not, whatever's being produced by your tree, the tree of you, your life, is not what you want, then it doesn't mean that you need to look at the fruit and say, what the hell is wrong with this fruit? Or you need to complain about the sun, or say it hasn't been enough rain, or that maybe there's another tree blocking up, putting a shadow on your tree, blocking you from getting the sunlight that you need. You don't need to do any of those things. What you need to do is look at the seeds that were planted in the ground in the beginning that led to that tree being grown and the fruit that it's producing. Because every single problem in life, every setback, what's the word I'm looking for here? Every non-optimal outcome, every outcome you face that is not the outcome that you want can be traced back to a single source. And this is in any situation in life. If you got a problem with 10 people, usually it's one person that's the source. If you got 10 problems going on in your life right now, it usually can be traced back to one thing that's leading to that problem. If you can fix that one thing and get to the root, instead of working on the symptoms, you work on the actual cause. So what I'm going to tell you here is this. If you don't like the fruit that's coming out of your life, you need to look at the seeds. Meaning, if you don't like the way that you're not confident when you get into your basketball game, you don't need to look at who's at the gym. You don't need to look at what the coach is saying. You don't need to look at the player who's trash talking you. Don't look at the teammates who won't pass you the ball. You need to look at what is the mindset that you're carrying with yourself throughout your day, every single day, that leads up to eventually you get into that game and you're producing the fruit of not having your confidence. If you don't like the fact that you're producing the fruit of not taking initiative, not taking action when you need to be taking action, not being proactive, not being disciplined and adhering to the work you need to do to build your business, don't look at, oh, look at all this work I had to do. Or don't look at, I don't have anybody helping me. Don't look at, I need somebody to tell me exactly what to do. Don't look at, I need to read another book before I actually get started on this business. What you need to look at is what thoughts you have in your mind that are telling you that it's okay for you to not get this business off the ground, that it's okay for you to go back to what you were doing before, that it's okay for you to stay in the situation that you're in, because if you just stay here and stay comfortable, everything will be all right. If that's not what you truly believe, or that's not what you want to truly believe, what you need to do is look at replacing those seeds instead of working on the fruit. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? So anytime in life, just to summarize all of this, you don't like the results that you're getting, don't look at the results and say, well, there's something wrong with these results. We already know there's something wrong with the results. And don't look at the things that came right next to the results, because usually that's not really what the cause is. The cause is, what is the seed that led to the tree that actually led to the fruit? And the seed is always planted in here. And you can fix that anytime you want. But first of all, you got to be aware. Second of all, you got to be willing. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. What could you not do with more confidence? Less attention to the negativity of other people, more focus on your goals than nothing else, and not letting unfortunate circumstances slow you down. Would all of those help you out? Well, go to DreAllDay.com/bulletproof. Check out my new 8-week course called Bulletproof Mindset. Get started, and I'll see you over there. Work on your game. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is @Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known. Getting the exposure you want and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game.
Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball.